actors. This is Elise Arsenault here, working actor, career coach, and founder of The Global Actor. Today, I have the great pleasure to speak with Jeannie Stith-Mawhinney, who is the founder of Color Guru. Jeannie helps people look amazing using color as her tool. So welcome, Jeannie.
Thank you so much, Elise. I am so thrilled to be here. What I really want for everybody is to open their closet doors and just love their options. You know, I always say, like, I want people to be giddy when they're getting dressed. I want them to be so excited, you know, because they love what's in there. It feels really good to walk out the door feeling like I look good and I know I look good and I love the way I look and this is how I want to show up. So I think there's the outer part, but there's also the inner part, which I think is actually more important, you know, because people can feel that energy from you. And it feels good to be with people who feel good. And I think that this is a piece of that.
How can we figure out what our best colors are?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what I do is I've done probably about 500 consultations now. Lots of them for actors because actors really find it helpful. But I work mostly from photos online. And so when somebody comes to me, I look very deeply at their hair color, their skin tone, their eye color. And I look at what's going on with their natural lip color, their natural cheek color, their eyelids give me clues. In some pictures, I can even like see veins and that gives me clues, but I usually don't need to see veins anymore. In the beginning, it was helpful, but now I've pretty much got that down. But so I look really closely and, you know, it's not necessarily about the overt color. It's really about the undertones more than anything. So you can have brown hair that's warm undertoned and you can have brown hair that's cool undertoned. And then you can have people who kind of are right in the middle of that spectrum. And the same thing with skin tone and the same thing with eyes. So I look really closely, but then I do color tests as well. And everybody who works with me gets a PDF. It's I have 10-page PDFs that I send to people. And it shows the color tests. So it shows colors around your face and why certain types of color work best on you as opposed to other types of color. And we test for three main things. We test for warm versus cool, which we already talked about. We test for light versus deep, and then we test for muted versus clear. So for example, you're more a muted person, as am I, but some people look good in those really bright, clear colors, like a bright cobalt blue or something like that. That would be overpowering on you and I.
Okay.
So we do those tests, and then once we have the results of those tests, we have the seasonal result. And then that's, you know, and then we go and I get a little more specific in terms of the variation. So your variation is copper. Mm-hmm. And then we send people the PDF over email, or sometimes we have consultations we do over Zoom. It just depends on which package you get. But then we also send out the color cards. This is like a laminated version of the card. And then we also have a digital version for your phone.
That is so helpful whenever I'm going shopping. That's
totally.
Or I was actually looking for makeup the other day at Sephora, and I was looking and looking for just all the different shades of eyeshadow.
Yes, and actually we're about to come out with makeup cards. Did I tell you this? I've worked with this great makeup artist who actually has been a makeup artist on Project Runway. She does New York Fashion Week every year. She's amazing. And she collaborated with me to create these makeup cards for each different type. And like, they're exciting. They're like our exciting new things.
So once we do know our colors, does that mean we should only wear those colors that are right for us?
Yeah, I mean, I think that people kind of take this as far as they want to take it. For myself, I mean, obviously, I guess I'm really invested in this. I only ever wear my colors. I just find it easier to only wear my colors because it makes it like when I go into a store, now I have my colors pretty much memorized at this point, but I go in, I beeline to my colors. I ignore about 70% of what is in the store. There are certain colors I just I don't consider them because I know they look terrible on me. And so it really helps with shopping. And then once I'm home, when I'm putting together an outfit, if I'm only shopping in my colors, then everything coordinates, you know? I actually look terrible in black. Black is not a good color on me. And I really don't even own black anymore. I've like slowly over time weeded it out of my wardrobe. And that's one of the things too I want to stress is like, this doesn't have to be an overnight change. You know, it took me a long time to kind of get to the point where I was only wearing my colors, but now I would never go back. But I sort of slowly weeded things out. You know, there was a pair of athletic pants I had for a while, and I was like, oh man, I look really good in those, but they're black, and they don't go with the rest of my clothes anymore. But they are such a nice shape, you know.
I do.
And,
I have a similar pair.
I liked the way my butt looked in them. Let's just be honest.
Absolutely.
You know, so I was like, I'm gonna keep those pants around for a little while longer. And I think it's just like some people just like to, once they have a color consultation, they just like to overhaul and just like go. And like, but that's not for everybody. Some people like to do it very slowly over time. And they add some things from their color palette and they slowly get rid of some things that aren't in their color palette. So, but I am definitely a proponent of, shopping in your colors because it just makes your life easier. And, you know, whatever you pull out of your closet, you're going to look really good in color wise.
That's great.
Yeah.
So we've got the promo code for how my actors can get a 10% discount off of your services. Yeah. And I believe you have an event coming up that the deadline's coming up soon. So can you tell us a little bit about your course offering?
Yes. I'm teaching a course. I'm so excited to start this course. It starts on October 9th. And actually, I think the last day you can register for the course is October 6th. But it's called Create Your Colorful Capsule Wardrobe. And it is all about defining your personal style, defining how you want to show up when you walk out the door, talking about using your colors in a very in-depth way. It also talks about shapes, like finding out what exact shapes work on your body type, and then how to really shop and then put together cohesive outfits using all of that information. So basically, it's just a total upgrade in terms of the way you dress. I mean, people come out of this course just wearing really different things than they used to wear and so much happier with the way they look. And I think it's just because this course kind of gives you an excuse to really take the time to dig in to what do I love, first of all, just like, what do I love other people wearing, right? Like, you know, one of the things we do is we make a Pinterest board that's like, what do I love that I just see out there? Not worrying about if it's going to look good on me, you know, wondering about color, nothing to do with color or anything. It's just pure inspiration. And then we figure out how to take that style or those, you know, those things you've collected, and we make a personal style statement about, you know, how we want to show up, who we are, what we love. We create that from what we love. And then we sort of translate that into like, okay, how can I actually wear that myself? So like one of the things I love, for example, is I love like long flowy pants, like those big like palazzo pants sort of things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I am 5'1" and curvy. They have never looked good on me. Okay?
They never look good on me either. I don't know who they look good on.
I don't know. They look good on the people.
They do look good on the people
board. They look good on the people on my Pinterest board. I don't know, but I can, even with heels, I can't pull those things off. So I'm like, okay, but I love that look. So how do I translate that to me? So surprisingly, you know, as soon as you get rid of sort of that inseam of pants, I look great in a long flowy skirt. And so I have a couple long flowy skirts that I love, and they're just staples in my wardrobe. But, you know, it's because I sort of translated it to a way that worked for me. You know, it's still flowy, it's still long, it has sort of the same feel. Mm-hmm. But we do a lot of that in the course, is figuring out like, how do you get your dream wardrobe that works for you? And, you know, and that involves color, shape, personal style, and also, you know, practice just putting together really cohesive outfits that look pulled together. That takes practice. There's no way around it. The people who are looking good walking down the street, they have spent time on it. Nobody's born like looking amazing, you know, it just takes practice like everything else. So this course gives people the excuse to really take that time and practice and get good at, showing up in a way that they're really excited about.
Thank you so much for spending the time to chat with me today. And I think this is going to be really valuable to the actors in my community. How can my audience keep in touch with you? What's the best way for them to follow you? Let's talk about Instagram first. What's your handle for that?
I'm on Instagram all the time. My handle is @yourcolorguru. And my website is yourcolorguru.com. There's a special coupon code for Elise, and it is Elise, non-case specific, and it's for 10% off any consultation or course.
So thank you so much, Jeannie. And yeah, we will see you over at yourcolorguru.com.
That sounds great. Thanks so much, Elise.